gonna laugh at what I had on. Anyway, excuse the blurry camera. This is from my actual laptop webcam. I don't have my other joint plugged in, but I wanted to say like I have a lot of friends that in like the creative business that do a lot of dope stuff, and even though I'm a small channel, I try to help out as many as I can to like if I'm not buying the merchandise, I'm trying to promote the merchandise on mine, make sure other people can see like what they have and um hopefully like they can get to the product and then like how word of mouth usually travels out. So like and if you anybody knows me, if you have stuff and you ask me to promote it or wear it or just do something with it, I don't mind purchasing it because I might be the help that you need for you to uh, get to other places. For like instance, this shirt, right? Shout out to a friend of ours, Alana. Like she designed this shirt and she has a website. I believe it. Uh, hold on. Sorry about that. That's it. Anyway, shout out to our friend Alana. She has a merchandise. It's like I believe it's called MarsMerch.com. I'll make sure I leave the link in the website, the link of it in the website. But she designed a bunch of shirts that she sells. I'm wearing one of them right now. Right. She also does commissions, which is this painting right here that I asked her to make herself and like I dug what she did right here. Either I asked for her to do this or I just saw this and I thought it was good. So like um uh, as you can see, it's hangs in the middle of the wall. There was someone else that did commissions for me too that I haven't like yet put on the wall that I will put on the wall too. But the point of is that the point of it all is that I feel like sometimes we see our friends like they have dreams too. Like people have visions, especially in this generation. We don't want to work a 9 to 5 and die. Like we want to at least accomplish something and like just to at least say we tried. And that's what I appreciate about this generation all the time is that we're not afraid to go. I don't want to say entrepreneurial, but at least chase what we've. At least I've gone to school for. At least me doing film, um, Father doing tech, Alana, she's doing her art, and sometimes I think all it takes is a little bit of help, and then especially if you like the product, you should try to promote it as much. Shout out to my boy Hezzy, he's doing the plus ultra thing, and they're doing real well where they're hosting parties and they got their own stuff downtown in like the harbor in the DMV area, which is I've been there. It's a nice little spot. Um, but your friends do dope. I think sometimes your friends do dope shit, and I never wanted to be the one that like will say, "Oh, you could never do this. You shouldn't do this." I always the one that say, "You can do it. I hope you put your all into it. If you need my help, I'll try to do the best I can. If not promote it, if like I said, if not promote it, or like at least show it to them on social media to where people can find you. Or hell, shout out to my man Chuck, which he has an investment group, and I did a whole podcast with him, and I cut it into snippets about. And he enjoyed it, and he was able to put his businesses out there, and he's a smart brother too, which I've always said, and I said it on that podcast. I feel like there'd be more brothers like him. We need more brothers like him. That's a smart brother. Like shout out to all the people that's helped me out too. Again, because especially father, especially people that's been on the podcast. That there's sometimes where I just feel like I didn't want to do it no more, like but we keep moving, we keep going, and like I said, this it's almost like what 6 7 years for this podcast, and yet this is probably the most consistent thing I've done, and and I still love doing it, and this is kind of the things that even if it doesn't get a million views, I would still do it, as you can see with 6 7 years on moving. So if any of your people have dreams, if any of your people have visions, you could be the one that could give them the push to start, and maybe hopefully they can achieve the dreams that they want to. Like I don't want to be the crab in the barrel. I want at least one. I always say this. I want one of us to make it out. I don't care if you do better than me. I want one of us to make it out, just to say, "Hey, that's my man. That's my friend. I'm happy for you." Like I will always be your biggest fan. I will always be your biggest supporter. Anybody who knows me, I will be your biggest fan. I will be your biggest supporter. I'll be the one rooting for you when no one else is rooting for you. I'm that dude in Waterboy saying you can do it. And I hope that anybody else chasing their dreams have someone in their corners just as similar as that. And that's all I gotta say. Um, I would like to thank the panel, as always. Like I said, 12 years of Harlem Heat. We probably gonna play some games after this too. Um, but I would like to thank the panel for jumping on the podcast as usual. I would like to thank all y'all for listening to hear us talk our shit again. This is You Know What, Let Me Just Say podcast, and we're signing out. Peace.
Yeah. So what